Evening, everybody, and welcome to the Fallout Bar after day 5 of the Paddy Power World Darts Championship. I think it got going a little bit today, this championship. We weren't too sure over the last couple of days how good sort of the standard's been. It was bloody good today, and I think we might have a couple of things just to talk about.
What a day. Unbelievable. As in, for a large period of it, I thought 2 Welshmen getting through to the third round. Sorry, 1 to the third round, 1 to the second was going to be the big story, but then that last game just changed the whole course of
changed the whole narrative. It's going to change the narrative completely as well, because I'm in charge and I'm doing what I want. So
go for it.
Firstly, obviously, welcome alongside myself, Cam McFarlane. We've got Carwyn Evans again. You ever present this week? Have you not had a night off?
Yeah, my fifth straight night, and I'm glad I'm still here for it though.
Brilliant. Loads of people in the chat room already as well. If you want to get involved, obviously we'll get you in early on this. Make sure you subscribe, otherwise we don't allow you to. And drop us a like on there as well, just because it's nice to be liked, isn't it? I'm going to go completely off-piste. We're not doing our usual format. We'll come back to our usual format in a bit, but we're not starting at the beginning. We're starting at the end, because we have the biggest story of the tournament so far. World number 2, or, well, was world number 2, now no longer world number 2, Michael Smith, out of the tournament on night 5. And I think give him his props as well, Michael Smith. He hasn't lost that game.
No.
He's been beaten. You can't throw anything at him that he should have been better in that game. He started well, played steadily enough to go 2-1 up. But then, Kevin Doots, that was absolutely outstanding. From the pair of them, that 5th set is one of the greatest sets we'll ever see up there. In fact, he stood there, went toe-to-toe for 10 legs. Both of them averaged over 105 in that set. When the pressure was on, they both performed, and it was absolutely fantastic. It was special. It was really good from both. And the absolute bollocks on Kevin Doots to get there in the end and get over the line. And that applies to Smithy as well, to be fair, because he was just as good in the testicles department as well.
It was incredible. It was just incredible. Just because you got to remember, Kevin Doots was 2-0 up in that 5th set, cruising. Then all of a sudden, he sees that lead disappear. He then breaks Smith again to look. The set had everything. As in, both players, I thought, showed unbelievable courage, bravery, insane outshots to get themselves back into the final set to sort of get a lead, and just it was a roller coaster. As in, I was emotional watching it. How the hell they must have felt playing it. As in, I'm glad I'm not related to either of those players, because that 5th set would have sent your blood pressure through the roof, would have made you cry, would have made you swear, would have made you laugh. It had everything. Yeah, it's a shame it had to end, because, well, I say it's a shame, as in we would have been later on here, but I could have watched those two playing like that all night. It was unbelievable, and they just went at it, and the deeper the set went, the better they got, and the outshots that Smith hit to get himself back into the set, and well, it's just and the 90 finish on the bull then after Smith had missed two darts to lead 5-4. It's just, well, yeah.
It's budget, wasn't it? Like,
yeah.
I had it teed up that I was hoping it went all the way, because I was gonna go down the tennis route of, I don't want last leg deciders anymore. I want these two to play all night and kick lumps out of each other until it finishes. I want Isner against Mahou. I want all night of that, because it is that good. I just absolutely loved it. I just can't even get my head around how good that was. And just for me, like, I'm gutted for Bully, because obviously we know he needed a good tournament here.
Yeah.
The fact that he was defending winners' money from 2 years ago, it's going to drop him miles down the rankings now. I can't remember exactly where it puts him. I haven't got it live in front of me. 15th.
Yeah, it's a
in the world. And that
yeah.
change as well with people around him that are all still in the tournament. There's a hell of a lot of people that we know there's a lot of money to be made at this tournament could go in front of him as well. He's got seriously gonna have to have some year to get himself back in there.
And yeah, but what I don't get is the first 4 sets of that match were all one-sided, as in 3-0, 3-1, 3-0, 3-0 in legs. So where did that 5th set come from? I don't know. But yeah, Smith, he'll be hurting after that, I think, because we all know he loves the Worlds. He always tries to put up a show, and I was also sort of, I don't know, doubts against Noah Lynn, Van Leuven. I didn't think he'd have that game in him. I knew he'd have to get better to beat Smith. I didn't expect such a step up in 2 days because different player.
At all. Especially not when he was 2-1 down and had just lost the 3rd set 3-0. I did not see that turnaround coming from him, but the standard from him from then on was just spectacular and fully deserves his place in the next round. He's got a nice little section now in what is the most open part of the draw as well. Christoph Ratajski or possibly Veenstra next for him. He's going to fancy a little run here.
Oh yeah, to me the 3rd quarter was the weaker of the 4 anyway. And now that the 2nd seed has gone, I don't want to put all my eggs in the Welsh basket, but with a certain Mr. Clayton and Mr. Geraint Price in that section, I'm quite happy to see Smith go. But yeah, as you say, Kevin Dost now, he'll want a big run now. He's done the hard work. He's taken out the big seed in this section. But if he plays like that, he'll probably think I can make it to the semi. He can win the section.
He can win that. Yeah, he absolutely
can. I think everybody still left in that section would think I can make it to the semi-final now.
It's wide open now, but yeah, if you're a Gerwin Price fan or you've had a little nibble with Paddy Power like I may have done at 33s at the start, you fancy it a little bit now. I'll be as Welsh as you by the end of the tournament.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah. So we've got the big news out of the way. Sorry, we're doing it in this order now. Anyway, we've gone all over the place with it. Do you want to do your news next?
I don't mind. As in
Rob Owen beating Gabriel Clemens.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's go with that because I'm not one to gloat.
The floor is yours for this one.
But I will on this occasion because everybody who watched or listened last night would have heard me say this match will be won in the first 2 sets. If Rob Owen goes up 2-0, he wins 3-1. Lo and behold, I got one right, finally. It's only taken, a year? Best part of a year for me to get one right. But no, Rob Owen, to me, played like I hoped he would in the fact that he thought Clemens is there for the taking and don't think too much about the tour card until you have to. I felt like in that 3rd set, he started to think about the tour cards, which is his form dipped a bit. Clemens found another gear, but then it was in the 4th set when, what did he take out? He took something out in the 4th set, and I thought, oh, that's the one.
The 81.
The 81, that was it. Yeah, I thought, oh, that will hurt Clemens, and it seemed to sort of take the wind out of him, especially as he'd broken Rob in the previous leg as well. It just sort of, yeah, the killer punch, I guess, which then Rob Owen took advantage of.
Yes, and we know sort of that it was big this for Rob Owen as well.
Yeah,
not guaranteed yet, but he has gone a long, long way towards retaining his tour card.
Yeah, he's back in that magic number 64 spot at the moment.
He's in front of my mate, Big Wes.
Yeah,
not happy about this one at all.
No, and it is a shame for Wesley because I think he's played well enough all year to sort of deserve it. And the joke is, 6 weeks ago, Rob Owen wasn't even in the World Championship. This wasn't even a pipe dream. It's sort of all. It just shows if you get a chance, you've got to take it, and because you never know what will happen. And I think I don't want to get all sort of philosophical and talk about life here, but if life gives you a chance, take it, because you never know what will happen. But yeah, chuffed for Rob, as in he'll need to sort of perform better going forward, not just in this tournament, but throughout the year, to sort of not find himself in this situation again. But he can enjoy Christmas now, knowing that he's got a game after Christmas to come back to, but also the likelihood is that he keeps his tour card.
Yeah, very much so. Like I say, it's massive for him, and like I say, it was nice that little. If you get an opportunity in life, take it. I like that.
Yeah,
it's almost like we've become not just waffling shite about darts, but we're sort of like giving advice. Folks. If anyone needs any advice in the chat, just drop it in, and we'll see what we can do.
I got my cup of tea. I'm here all night.
Yeah, that's it. Back to the regularly scheduled programming now, and we're going to go to the beginning. Chris Landman against Loy Lee. I didn't watch last night because I was playing darts myself, but I don't imagine that either of you or Mr. Simpson had this as your result.
No, neither did anybody in the chat, apart from one gentleman named...
It wasn't Bob again, was it?
It was Bob. He predicted a 3-1 win for Loy Lee.
I hope you had a pound on it with Paddy Power, Mr. Bob.
As well, yeah, it's just incredible. As in, yeah, hats off to you, Bob. You predicted 3-1, as in bang on the money. I'll never go against your prediction again. But no, you know what? Oh, I don't like to say this was a game in the right slot in the day, but it was, unfortunately.
It was absolutely wasn't. It wasn't the easiest of watches, especially not when you end up 10% on your doubles, Chris Landman.
Yeah, you're not going to win many sets, let alone legs, let alone matches with that sort of percentage. And
even the set he won, he was only 20% on his doubles.
Yeah,
he missed 1 in 5 in that, and he's still managed to win it. I thought he actually played all right in that first set, and I was sort of quietly confident that he was just going to stroll his way to a 3-0 or 3-1 win at that time.
Yeah, that was it. I felt exactly the same. First set, comfortable. Well, I say comfortable, as in he won it, better average, and you just sort of thought, that's the first set nerves out the way, and he'll raise his game. Little did I think he wouldn't win another leg at that point, and credit where it's due to Loy Lee. He just got better. I say got better, as in I don't think he did get better. There was one better set there, but he just beat Landman up, who wasn't playing very well at all.
Yeah, I think there's not a lot more to say about this one. I think move on more swiftly than the game did, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have to play better to beat Dolan, let's put it that way.
Yeah. This next one was an absolute pleasure to watch. Not that I was watching, of course, because I was working really hard, as always. But Callan Rydz is back, isn't he?
Oh, I'm chuffed for him. As in, with all his struggles and with everything he's gone through over this last year or so, just to see him playing so freely was a blessing to see. But to see him hit those averages and the way he scored and finished, and it was just, yeah, he's certainly on the way back, and that makes him dangerous because obviously he's taken a bit of a tumble in the rankings, but you wouldn't want to meet him if he's playing like that, because 107 average. Hello, it's going to take something special.
It dipped a little bit to that as well in the last.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
he was threatening the highest ever average on the World Championship stage for a long way in this game.
Yeah, the first. Yeah,
I loved about it more than anything. He looked like he was enjoying himself. He looked happy to be up there. He looked. That's why I said, "Is he back?" Because it's what we want to see. We know when he's in rhythm, when he's playing well, it's just magical to watch, and it's so easy on the eye, and he makes it look like it's the easiest game in the world.
That's the thing, and as you say, it looks happy. That's a big stage to be on by yourself if you're not happy. If things aren't going, we've seen it in this tournament.
As we saw with Cammy earlier in the week.
Exactly. So for him to have gotten up there and looked so happy when his confidence probably wasn't there, as in, yes, I think most people expected him to win, but Romeo, sorry?
He's not won a lot of games recently, though.
He hasn't.
He was only 1 of 10. He won 1 game of 10 this year on the TV. That is not the record you want going into a World Championship, but he didn't look like he had a worry. He looked like he'd won 10 of 10.
Oh, exactly. He looked like a world beater. And yeah, I'd be a bit worried if I had to face him. So Schindler in the next round. If Rydz plays like that against Schindler's going to have to pull something special out. He's got the game.
That wall is coming down. That wall is going. There'll be a Callan Rydz shaped hole in that wall if he.
Gosh, yeah.
Players like that again.
Yeah, he'll be making some serious inroads deep into this tournament if he carries on that form.
And then we went on to one of my favourite players. I just love Martin Lukeman. I just think he's everything that a darts player should be. He doesn't take himself too seriously. He gets up there and he proper crafts and tries and really wants to do well. He said it before he played as well that he's never got past Christmas in this event before. And that's his big game. And he's gone a good step towards doing so by getting himself through the first round against Nitin Kumar, who I thought played pretty well.
Yeah, funnily enough, neither Dan nor myself gave him a set last night. I think we gave him a couple of legs because I think he'd averaged 3 legs.
He struggled to play without a couple of legs, to be fair.
Well, yeah, but no, to be fair, it was a good test for Lukeman, and it'll. Again, he's another one he'll have to play better in the next round if he's going to make inroads. But as we always say, once you've won your first game, you're in the tournament. You get a feel for it. You get a feel for the stage, and obviously, I'd imagine playing in the afternoon is harder because yes, the crowd will have had 1 or 2 tipples before you get on stage, but it's not the carnage you'd get in an evening session. So it takes time for them to warm up. It takes time for you to warm up. And I need to apologise to James, who did, in fact, give Kumar a set, but nobody else did.
Throw you up on the screen, James. I've been neglecting putting people up on the screen. I haven't. So apologies to everyone so far. I'll try and be better at that. But I was just too excited by what we've had so far today.
Well, yeah. If there's a day you're going to forget to press buttons, it's after that 5th set in the last game you will. But no, credit to Kumar. He played better. He certainly gave a good account of himself this year. I felt like, yes, he's lost again.
He's never won a set up there, as Bob points out as well. It was an impressive performance, and he looked comfortable up there. He looked like he wasn't too worried, and he ruined everyone's match treble bet in the last 2 legs as well.
He did.
In 2 180s.
Yeah, and I think the difference is sort of from your established players like Lukeman and Kumar, for instance, is the finishing, as in where I know this is an awful example because Lukeman's only had 23% on his doubles today, but when you expect a tour card holder to maybe hit 35, 40% on their doubles. Yes. Kumar missed doubles at a key time, really, to sort of keep him in a set and what have you. And but if he can get himself a tour card, if he can play at the highest level more often, then you don't know. As in, he's certainly got the game to raise it.
Yeah, 100%. And it's an opportunity for Lukeman now because Andrew Gilman's not in the best form in the world. So it's definitely one that he'll be fancying and think that he's got a good opportunity to go on and, like I say, make it past Christmas. He also said he wasn't too well, so chance to get over sort of an illness as well. He said he was gagging to get home for a lemsip was what I think his words were. So yeah, the chance for him to sort of rest up, recover if he can get through there, and then come back after Christmas and really give it a go, because we know he can go deep at tournaments now. Like I said, we've seen him make a sort of a major final now. Like, good enough to go and do that sort of thing. So great to see him get a win. Great to see Nitin manage to get his first set up there as well, and just a positive game all round.
Yeah, very enjoyable. Yeah.
And now we get to go to you again as the Welsh correspondent, and we've got Nick Kenny against Stowe Bunce. Now, I've been giving it out in our darts team chat today about this because we're all playing the PDC fantasy game, and I've flown up to the top of the table because I had Nick Kenny in my team. So, courtesy of 3 180s and then a magical 170 to win the match and a 3-0 win, so not even losing any points for losing a set, I'm in a great position now from being miles away after the first couple of days. Yeah, you are the Welsh correspondent. You get to go on this one.
Yeah, I sort of predicted this last night. Nick has been playing a lot of darts on the Cardiff South Wales area. He's been playing well. A lot of boys I play with on a Monday night see him in Super League and what have you, and he's showing some good stuff. And he just looked very confident that stage tonight, as in against Bunce, who's an entertainer. He's got the jazzy clothes on. He's got the bit of swagger about him. But I thought Nick played well, solid, hit the doubles at the right time, did all the right things at the right time. And even though
I'm going to start calling you Michael Van Gerwen soon because that has become your catchphrase now. You've stolen it.
Yeah. Well, why not? As in, we're similar in nothing, but yeah, I'll go for it. Kenny's double slipped a bit in the second set, which brought Bunce into it. But apart from that, I thought it was pretty much one-way traffic, and he'll be delighted to win 3-0 and make it through to the next round. And obviously another one who needs a few victories to climb that order of merit as well. So, but still in the hunt, and that's the main thing.
Getting himself into a position where he could well be in there as well. Another win puts him above Rob Owen.
That'd be hard take then, having 2 Welshmen there.
He will. But there's just taking opportunities. The Welsh is becoming the sort of the Welsh World Championships at the moment.
Got to laugh at Matt. I don't know if you've seen Malik's comment there.
In that there, yeah.
I watched that clip earlier. It popped up on like in case you missed it sort of videos, and yeah, I watched it and laughed a lot because it's just an incredible reaction to what's the a bit of heckling from the locals fantastic. Yeah.
James there as well. Scott, Pleasure, and Lukeman in his team. I had both Pleasure and Lukeman as well. I didn't put Scott in there because I'm a moron. Even though he's, I think I just missed him as I was scrolling through. But yeah, as a big Connor Scott fan, I should have had him in there as well. To be fair,
yeah, I don't remember seeing Connor there either. Or I
don't know which section he was in. Maybe was he in? I'm not actually sure. Maybe outsiders. I don't know. Got a bit confused with it. I was expecting to have like an amount of money to spend, like with normal football, and I didn't. I could just pick whoever I wanted, and I just ran away with it. I had Nathan Aspinall as captain, obviously, because why? Oh no, I didn't. I changed my mind. I put him as vice captain. I got Ross Smith to come as captain.
Oh, what I don't understand though is if you're in 2 different leagues, you get to pick 2 different teams. So
yeah, I nearly didn't pick a team in our group league for our darts team. Because I thought that by joining it, it would just put my team into that. And then I clicked on it and I had no players. I panicked.
Yeah, I'm having a bit of a disaster in one team. As in 4 of my 10 are out. So yeah, enough of that. Back to the proper darts. It's not fantasy games anymore.
Yeah, none of this fantasy nonsense.
Yeah, that's
the proper darts.
Yeah.
I was going to call this a slight upset, but I don't think it is. I'm not sure it's an upset at all, to be honest. He was the underdog in the betting with sponsors Paddy Power up at the top there. But he's a place ahead of Mensah in the world rankings. And Yeah, I'm not really sure why he was the underdog here, Matt Campbell, but he played very well in this game and ran out a 3-2 winner over Mensa, who I thought also played well as well. I thought it was a good game all around this.
Yeah, and this one was one that very much split the chat room and Dan and myself last night. I think I went for a Campbell win. I can't remember what score I said, but I just fancied Campbell because I know there's not much with him in the ranking. Both are struggling a bit, but I just got a feeling when the chips are down, Campbell would want it more, and sort of felt like that's what happened, especially in that deciding set. As in, he just when he needed to win on his own throw, he did quite comfortably, and managed to miss some darts or double on his own throw. But yeah, it was quite a decent performance, mid-90s. As in, we haven't had many in round one, sort of averaging much above 90. So for him to get that, he'll be happy with that. And I guess he just wants to build on it, isn't it? That's the thing with this World Championship. It's even though it's only 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, there's plenty of time for you to pick your game up and to build on a win like this. Because I'd imagine with them being so close in the rankings, there's not much in prize money, so this will certainly help the Canadian in his quest to climb back up the ranking table.
Yeah, exactly that. And we all know that if you're ever going to climb back up the table, wins at the World Championship do it more than anywhere else will. You've got to go a lot deeper anywhere else to do the same sort of thing. So, yeah, massive win for him. And again, it's another one with a chance to go and kick on and just see where it can take him. Ryan Searle is a very, very good darts player, but Matt Campbell on form can beat Ryan Searle. Let's not pretend he can't. He is very much capable. Some of the level that he shows, I think he averaged 122 in one set today, rattled it off 3-0. Like, you're gonna win sets off everyone doing that.
Oh, exactly. And I think that's it. Yeah, Ryan Searle is a quality player, but he's a beatable seed as well. You could have had a much tougher seed waiting for you in round two. So could be a good battle in round two. That could go long. I've got a feeling it could be another 5-setter for Matt Campbell in round two.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I think he's one of those that just gets into a battle, doesn't he? Like, there'll be peaks and troughs, but it'll be a battle and it's going to go deep. Another battle and another really, really good match, which I kind of forgot about because of how good the match after it was the second to last match of the day.
Yeah.
Scott Williams and Nico Springer. This was fantastic. I'm going to throw me joke in here as well, because somebody asked me mid-game how old Nico Springer was. And they just questioned how old is Springer. And I said he's 24, which in dog years is 168. It's a good Springer joke for you all, though. You can all have that. Put that in your pockets if you want to use that next time he comes up. What an effort from Scott Williams, though, because he was bang under the pump here and came back and rattled through this game. It was spectacular at times. The 180s flying in left, right, and centre. I think we had 16 of them in the end, something like that. And yeah, it was just magic, this. And this was another one where, like you were thinking before, your tour card holder, when it came down to it, hit the doubles, finished up at 41% on his doubles, and that was the difference.
Yeah, it's quite funny. I predicted this scoreline to Williams last night, thinking he might not bully Springer on stage, but he'd have that bit of bravado about him. I'm the seed. I'm the tour card holder here.
Well, he's always like that anyway. He's
exactly. And I wasn't sure.
He saw the blind 180 at one point, which again, not a blind 180 because he doesn't look away until he's halfway there. But
exactly, we can all go.
He didn't want. The only thing blind about it is he has no idea whether it's gone in or not. Like,
yeah, and I wasn't sure how Springer would cope with the big stage. As in, I got that completely wrong. He performed amazingly, and he did himself proud, and he'll certainly scare a few people on tour next year. But it just, when push came to shove, Williams' experience got him through and hit the doubles at the right time and punished Springer for a few missed darts here and there. But he can leave the World Championship more than happy with how he's performed and confident that it won't be long until he picks a few wins up on that stage.
Yeah, definitely. And we have got a clip from Scott Williams after the game. So we'll hear from him now. And then I'm going to circle back because we have also got one from Callan Rydz as well, which I think will be good to listen to as well. So Scott Williams, first of all, after his 3-1 win over Nico Springer.
No, it's the fact that, and then fair play to him, and I won't disregard what Nico's done this year on the development tour, but obviously the development tour is a little bit different than the Pro Tour. I've not been great in the Pro Tour. The floor stuff is a bit tough. I've been writ off. There's pundits and professional people writing me off. You guys not seen what I've done on the TV? Not as soon as I come to a TV event, I'm completely different to a floor event. Don't see what you see on the floor to what you see on the TV. It's completely different, and you'll get a different me, and you'll get a different response. You'll get a bigger game, and that's what I'm about. So it's not just to prove me right, and I felt confident. I've always felt confident. I'm always confident, but it's more to shut the naysayers up. Just don't write me off just because my floor game's not great. Just don't do it. You know, I've got to the semi-final last year. I was 52 in the world, and I got to the semi-final. Luke Littler's unbelievable, by the way, and I won't disregard him and say what he did because he was unseeded. I beat three in the top 10. I played 4 players in the top 10 last year. I beat 3 of them, and that was a world champions, an Australian number 1, the German number 1. It was Danny Noppert, German number 1. Danny Noppert, Dutch number 2, Dutch number 1, Japanese number 1, and lost to the world number 1 and world champion. So don't disregard what I'm doing on the TV to what I'm doing on the floor.
You touched on.
Sorry, fella, I overspoke.
No,
there.
it's
There's
fine.
too much talking. I'm so sorry. I was getting so heated then. I would have taken anyone outside.
I love that at the end. But basically, he likes playing on stage, doesn't he? He doesn't want any of this day-to-day thing. It doesn't get him up for it the same as it does when he's up on the stage and when he can peacock about a little bit and give it the big one. And
I get it. I'm the same. I can't play at home, but when I'm in the pub with my 33 average, I'm like, giving it the big one. But no, some players are like that, and they, when the stage is there, when the lights, the cameras, they come alive. And I do think Scott Williams is one of those. The only difference is, unlike those pundits, I predicted he'd win 3-1. So, 1-0 to me, I guess, against those who get paid big bucks.
You can be his mate now, then.
Yeah, definitely.
And then big came up for him next. So he's got Rob Cross up next as well.
He'll need another 9 180s and 40% on the doubles and hope that Rob
maybe
has an average day because he can.
But they are stablemates and practice partners as well, aren't they? If I'm right. I
think you may be right, actually, just to add that into the mix, which could help Scott, because I don't think he fears anybody. But if he's playing his playing partner, he'll have no qualms about the fact that he's playing the world number 4.
No, exactly not even a little bit. He'll probably like it, to be honest.
Yeah, challenge accepted.
Yeah, exactly that. Maliki says predicting Springer wins the Players' Champion next year. I think that's a pretty good call. I think I was very impressed with how he played as well, and we know he's very good. Does need to improve on the floor, but that is the other side of it. It's all well and good being good on this when you're on there, but let's be honest, you've got to get there. So
it's your bread and butter on the floor that gets you there, isn't it? And if you don't perform on the floor, then you get restricted to how many TV tournaments we see you at.
Exactly that. So, should we hear from Callan Rydz as well and see how he felt after
a
magnificent performance from him, the highest average we've seen so far at this year's World Championship? Callan Rydz spoke to us afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. I think, but that's me as a person. I'm a fruitcake. I'll happily admit it. I'm an absolute nutcase. But it's like I've said to a few people that if I waited 5 seconds, you know, nothing gets said. But it's one of them. That's me. It's just my personality. I like to show emotion. I don't like to give it. I'll openly admit that I hate giving it because I think it just drains the energy out of you. But yeah, when I get beat, I think I can show a little bit more respect to everyone. And if I've disrespected anyone, I would like to apologise now because I don't think I'm a disrespectful person. But yeah, I do need to say something about that. Maybe I will speak to Glenn to say how to, you know, once you get off stage so the cameras aren't there, then you can do whatever. But that's one thing I do need to work on, yeah, and I'm trying to.
Wasn't really sort of expecting that in terms of what his sort of thoughts would have been after the game, but it's good that he knows what he needs to work on, and in terms of, I think it'll something that'll help him feel better and more comfortable up there, if anything. If he's not worrying about whether he's being disrespectful or whether he's doing things at the wrong time or doing too much, and just be able to relax a little bit more. And I think we'll see more of what we saw today from him being able to relax and play his best darts.
Yeah, and hopefully he sort of, after talking to Glenn sort of tells him, don't worry about your opponent, just concentrate on yourself, because ultimately the other person with you on stage is there to beat you. And if you think too much about them, then you're not concentrating on what you're doing, and it'll cost you matches. As in, obviously, nobody really wants to disrespect their opponent. That's not what dart is about. But it gets heated. There's a lot of money. You're throwing three very small javelins for a large sum of money. So emotions are going to run high. But if you can just take stock of what you're doing and keep your level to where you need it at, then everything else will sort itself out. But yeah, it looks like he's had a bit of time off, as in visited his dentist, and it seems
he has a cracking new set of lashes, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he seems like he's in a place where he's comfortable with, anyway.
I hope we see a lot more of them. I hope we see him smiling and happy, and we see those teeth a lot more. That's what I want to see.
Definitely.
And from there are all the rest of the clips from all of today's winners. I don't think we got any losers today, but all of today's winners will be on the channel. Probably a couple more to drop in. I don't know whether we might even get Kevin Dukes before the end of the show. If we do, then we'll drop that in here as well. But if not, all of the winners will be in full on the YouTube channel. So once you're done with us, pop yourself into the videos, have a listen to them all. Listen to Rashad tweeting again from the other night because he's fantastic. He's still my favourite player. They've dropped Nathan Aspinall now, and I haven't really. Don't worry, Nathan. Not that he cares.
He does. He definitely does.
He does.
Put yourself down.
I like to believe he does.
Yeah, of course he does.
So on to tomorrow and the first Friday of the Paddy Power World Darts Championship. Into the weekend, and we start off 2 sessions again. We're on a full day of darts again. And I can actually watch it tomorrow without having to pretend I'm doing work at the same time, because I finish early on a Friday, so it's happy days.
Lovely. That's what we like to hear.
Fully focus on it and not have to watch it on mute and guess what people are saying. Although sometimes with the commentary, not the worst thing.
No, sometimes mute is the choice of volume, not something you're forced to do.
Absolutely. So we start off with Stephen Burton against Alexander Merckx in game 1. And you know how it works. I'm in charge. You're first to go on this one.
Yeah. Looking at what bookmakers are suggesting, they're suggesting a very close game, but I don't know. I've got a feeling Burton wins quite comfortably. I just think he's another one. He seems to enjoy the stage and comes alive, and he's got something about him on that stage. I think he wins 3-1. I think he'll win tomorrow.
I'm with you, I think. I just think we always see him perform well, like you say, on the stage. We see him perform well, see him play well. Merckx has a run recently in Players' Championships of losing his first game as well. He's not won a game in the PDC since the 1st of October. I know there's not been that many since then, especially if you're not at sort of the bigger events. But even so, he's lost his last 5 games in a row, which isn't great for him to be coming into it. But he has been competitive in most of those games that he's lost. So I think he will win a set, but I think that's all that he will win. And 3-1 Stephen Burton is the same for me. In the chat room, Daniel's got Burton 3-1. He's with us, so he's wrong because we've both gone for the same thing. Merckx 3-2 from Maliki. Bold shout from Maliki in there. Burton 3-1 for Jack. 3-2 for Adam. Daz has got you 3-0. I wouldn't be surprised at that either, to be honest. Burton 3-2. 3-1 again here. And obviously, big pressure on Merckx needing to win, which sometimes for some people, it brings the best out of them. For some people, it does the opposite. So we'll see how that goes. Bob's gone 3-1 as well. Maybe we will be right. Maybe we'll be on. Patrick 3-2. Lorenzo's got 3-0 and Joel 3-0 as well. Loads of people getting involved today in the chat room. Love that. So on from there, we go to a lot of people's little outside breakout star pick for this tournament. Vessel Nyman against Cameron Carlson. And I just think that Nyman is just a little bit too good here. And I know when we've seen him recently at the Slam, he was absolutely fantastic at the Slam and managed to lose all 3 games. He has got a habit of playing well and not winning. But I don't think this is that. I think this is levels. And I think when it comes down to levels, Nyman wins this 3-0. I think he's just too good.
Yeah, I think I've got to agree with you there. And nothing against Cameron. I just don't think he has the game or the level he can reach.
No, but he has got the best name in the tournament, so that helps.
Oh, yeah. I'm a big fan of
him along with, well, he's the only one left now. We've obviously lost Cammy already, so there's only one of them left. So as much as I want him to win just for that, because fabulous name.
Yeah, I quite like his surname, Carlson. Yeah, it's a nice surname. Sorry. I don't think he can hit the average. He needs to be competitive, and even if Nyman's not firing a ton plus in, I think a 92, 93 average probably sees him over the line 3-0. So I've got to agree with you here, and it's a one-sided affair, I'm afraid.
I think that the chat might be very much going the same way as well. Daniel in early 3-0. Maliki's gone 3-0 as well. No bold shouts from him in this one. 3-0 1 plus average from James.
Like that.
Oh, Daz is giving him a set. He's the outlier so far. We've got Jack's got 3-0 for Weasel. I'm not sure you can call him that. I'm going to give Jack the credit that was autocorrect and he's not just calling him Weasel. Nyman 3-0 for Lorenzo. Joel's gone. We like a detailed prediction. 3-0, 9-1 in legs. 3-0 for Bob. And 3-0. Adam's got it 9-1 in legs as well. 3-1, but a struggling one average over 92. I mean, from what we've seen in a lot of these first round games, that wouldn't be the biggest surprise we've seen. And we got 3-0. Patrick's even having 9-0 in legs in this one as well. So it is very much decided in the chat what's going to happen. Bob's gone the same as me and you again, which we could be on for an all-time great predicting show here.
Yeah, well, that's 2 out of 2 hopefully then with Bob there. So there's it's more than usual. Up
next, we've got Ian White against Sandro Eric Sozing, which is a fabulous name. Another player from the Philippines. And he's played there once before, played up there last year and lost to... Who did he lose to last year? Lee Evans he lost to last year. Lost 3-0 to Lee Evans last year. But takes on Ian White this time round, who we've not seen a lot of recently. We saw him obviously beat Michael van Gerwen at the Players' Championship finals, but other than that, we haven't seen a great deal of him of late. Where are you going on this one?
I think Ian White wins. I just feel like I don't think he wins 3-0 because I think he'll dip enough in one set for Sandro to win a set. So for that reason, and it might even be the first set, Ian White starts slowly and Sandro goes 1-0 up, but Ian White comes back to win 3-1.
I'm not going to be as generous as you. I think Ian White wins this one 3-0. 9-3 in legs, maybe all 3 sets 3-1. But yeah, I think he's comfortably the better player here and will get the job done. A couple going a little bit closer on this one. Joel's got it 3-2 to White, Adam 3-1, Jack 3-1. Daniel's got it 3-0 for White, backing me with that one. Malik is with you at 3-1. Daz is not even giving a leg to Sorzing.
Brutal.
I know, outrageous. Lorenzo's got it 3-1. Patrick 3-1. Norval's got it 3-1. James has got it 3-1. Bob's got it 3-1 as well. Oh, this is going to be my first wrong one.
Oof. Getting nervous now. Getting nervous.
He's doing well, he's Bob. I've waited until we both said it before putting it in, so he can't even cheat and copy his answers.
But if he gets 0 tomorrow, I apologise, Bob. It's my fault. I take full responsibility.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair, I feel. Daz has just asked in the chat, when does RVB play? He plays on the 21st, which I believe is Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
Saturday, and he is in the evening session on Saturday. The next game we've got, rounding out the afternoon session on Friday, is Stephen Bunting against Kai Gossard. I think this is a really, really good game. What Kai played, I thought Kai played really well. Yeah. I hope he's got another couple of sets of darts just in case one explodes again. Speaking of that, I did hear on the coverage earlier, as I was wandering to go and get my lunch at work earlier, that them asking Callan Rydz about that one as to whether he had a second set, because obviously he had the broken one in the water event, and Callan finished it off with saying, "I was better with 2 anyway."
To be fair, he threw very good stuff with only 2 darts. As in most,
he threw better than I throw with 3. Better than I throw with 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
I mean, to be honest, I think he threw better than I throw with 4. To be honest, he could give me one of his. I think he'd still be ahead.
Yeah. Something special.
And there you go. In the chat.
Yeah. But we prefer seeing you with 3 because...
We do prefer seeing you with 3 because that was absolutely magic today. And we certainly want to see more of that going forwards.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Stephen Bunting, Kai Gossard. I think it's me first here, isn't it? I think he pushes him close here, Kai. But I think that Bunting just gets over the line. And I think do I give Kai 2 sets, or does he push him close in every set and Bunting 3-1? 3-1. I'm going to go 3-1, but it's a very close 3-1.
Oh, I thought you were going to go 3-2, and I was going to sweep in with my 3-1 there. But does he raise his game enough to push Bunting? That's the question. Because 89 is a decent average, but I feel like Bunting's another one. He's in a good place with his game. He's in a good place. He's enjoying his darts, and he can seem unbeatable at times. Or do I go bold, like I did with Gerwyn Price, and say Bunting wins 3-0? I think, Kai wins 5 legs, but he doesn't win a set. Bunting wins
Okay.
wins 3-0.
Give it 3-0 Bunting. I think you've got a few with you on this one. But Bob, 3-2 Kai.
Oh well, that's that then.
True.
That's the 100% record gone.
That's it. 3-2 Bunting for Daz. He's got it close. Daniel's with you, 3-0 Bunting. James has followed me on 3-1. Lorenzo, let's go Bunting mental 3-1. Bunting 3-1 for Maliki. We've also got Bunting 3-0 for Jack. 3-2 for Adam. He's got it close as well. Patrick's got it 3-0. We've got a right mix here. We're absolutely all over the place here of every possible outcome almost. And then we go on to the evening session. And the evening session starts off with Mickey Mansell on first, which is probably a good thing, against Tomoya Goto. And it's you first this time, so fire away.
Now, what I want to happen here, with an eye on who they're playing in the second round, is every set to go 5 legs, both players to average 60 with about 5% on their doubles, and they are shattered by the time they play Johnny Clayton.
Right, the point you're making there, though, is it's me and you on tomorrow night, and if that happens, we're not going to finish until about 12:15, so on the lunchtime just before the Saturday session starts.
With that in mind, I hope Mickey...
Oh, I don't know.
Mansell wins 3-0 and 9 legs to 0.
3-0 and 9.
Oh, did I do... Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know whether you dipped out or mine dipped out there. I have no idea. Which is always hard work when you're trying to present the show, because I'm like, is it me that's talking, or is it, like, can everyone hear you? Or I don't know. So go on. You, Mickey Mansell, where are you going?
I think Mickey Mansell wins 3-0. His confidence is there at the moment.
Yeah, he is playing very well at the moment. We have got to give him that. However, Tomoya Goto has won on this stage before. He beat Ian White last year. And then he also took a set off Ryan Searle in the next round. He played okay the next time we saw him on a PDC stage against Rob Cross at the Bahrain Darts Masters. Got beat 6-3. I don't think he wins, but I think he pushes it close, and I'm going 3-2 Mickey Mansell.
Just think Mansell slows it down to a pace he's comfortable with, and that's why I've gone 3-0. I think he controls everything in the game.
Yeah. Well, we've got also 3-2 for Joel. Maliki's also gone 3-2. Loves a 180. He does love a 180. 3-1 to Goto. Tell you what, we're the outliers here.
Yeah.
Patrick says he could be 0-0. Excellent. I don't know whether he's on about that or our predictions. And then we've got Mansell 3-1 for Daniel. 3-1. Bob's gone for Mansell as well. Same for Lorenzo. And for Joe. And then 3-0 Mansell for Daz. So he's with you on the 3-0. I've got it close. No one's with me on the 3-2. The only 3-2s we've got are going for Goto. I like this next one. I like Florian Hempel. I just think he's great. And he's up against Jeffrey Zwan, who needs a win.
Yeah.
This could be really competitive. And it could be really close. I haven't got a clue which way I'm going, so I'm just filling a little bit here as I try to decide what I'm going to do.
Yeah, this game has got a lot of permutations on it, hasn't it?
It has. And I think Hempel's not even in dark green yet, but he's pretty close.
Yeah.
I think that's the telling factor. And I think being able to relax a little bit more is what gets Hempel the win here. And I think he wins 3-2. I think it's close, though. I think Zwan pushes him, but when it comes down to it, maybe even misses a double for the match and Hempel steps in.
I think Campbell wins as well. I think with the victories that have happened to those sort of players lingering around that 64th spot, the pressure is on Jeffrey to get that win, and I think it plays on his mind a bit too much. I think Zwan wins the first set, and then Hempel comes alive after the break and wins 3-1. But it wouldn't surprise me if all 4 sets went the distance.
Yeah, that's the same for me. I think it's going to be close, but I think in the big moments when it matters, I just fancy Hempel to get over the line. We have got a lot of people in the chat, though, that quite fancy Zwan. Daz isn't one of them. Daz is with me at 3-2. But then we've got Daniel at 3-2. Patrick's got it Hempel 3-1. Zwan 3-2 for Malachi. Same for Lorenzo. Same for James. Hempel 3-2 for Bob. Dimmy said he's so happy that he doesn't have to play him. I'm happy that Dimmy doesn't have to play him either because it means I don't have to watch him yet. 3-1 to Hempel for Joel. Adam's in late. He's on Mantle 3-1. I think he's got a bit behind. He must have paused us for a minute. And Joel says Zwan's had a crap year. Just got I think we're talking. Yeah, I think
that's a good point.
We're maybe giving him a bit too much credit. He hasn't been playing well of late, but he will be properly up for it because he needs to be.
Yeah, he has to. No choice, no second chances on this stage, is there?
And then we're on to the Jarlath Eton matchup, and we could do with him on the show this evening because we are over to Ireland for this, and these two are actually Irish, unlike Jarlath, but he's not watching anymore. He texted me before he's gone to bed. He's going to watch back tomorrow, so this will be a nice treat for him when he watches it back tomorrow morning. Yeah, he's not actually Irish. These two are Willie O'Connor against Dylan Slevin.
I think experience wins the day. And I really like Slevin as well. I want him to have a good. I want him to have a good run. But I just think this draw is probably the worst draw he could get, really, in terms of showing too much respect to his opponent. But I think he gets a set, but Willie O'Connor wins 3-1.
I'm with you. I think the same. I think just experience on the stage.
Yeah.
In there, he's done it. He's done it numerous times already, Willie O'Connor. He always performs well here as well. I mean, he always performs well on stage. He just tends to just a bit like we were about Stephen Burton earlier. You just expect them on the stage.
Yeah.
They just find the best game when it matters. But yeah, I'm with you. I think it's 3-1 as well. Patrick's with us as well. He can't lose. That's a nice position to be in. That could potentially be Carwin later in the week if it comes up to it with Johnny and Gezi up against each other.
Yeah.
Played Willie last week, Willie 3-0. I'm assuming that you got beat there then, Connor. If you give him that straight up with that. 3-0 for Joel. 3-1 O'Connor. Not 3-2 for Willie for Daniel. So it was Lorenzo with the 3-1. Malachi's got it 3-1. James got it 3-1. Daz has got it 3-1. And Bob's got it 3-1. So basically, we're pretty much all going to be right, I think. Yeah, Bob says, was that nice? Their exhibition is going to be a hard match play. Yeah, it is. It's never the easiest playing against your mates, but it is also a lot of fun because you can give them a little bit and have a bit more fun with it, and probably almost sort of like it spurs you on a bit because you always want to beat your mate, don't you? You want them bragging rights.
It feels a bit like a free shot for Slevin as well, because as the chat and we've predicted, nobody's giving him much hope, and he can just go up there without the pressure of it being expecting to win and just enjoy it and see what happens. Take the first set, put a bit of pressure on Willie O'Connor and see what happens from there.
And again, he's pretty much not far off guaranteed keeping his tour card as well. he doesn't need to worry all that much. So it is a bit of a free shot. Gaz wants to know when Gob's on. Monday? Is he on Monday? I think he's on Monday.
Sunday or Monday? Yeah, it might be Monday.
Yeah, one of the two. We were discussing this in the chat earlier. It's about time he did some work because leaving it to me and you. And if you know what he'll be like, he'll rock up, he'll want to be the horse and pretend he's in charge and he's the boss. And
probably pick a day when there's only one session as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't do Wednesday, to be honest. I went on with you last night. Just little four. He wants one where it's just one session and there's no games to predict the day afterwards. That's what he's after, I think.
Yeah.
But we don't shy away from it.
No, here for the long haul.
There we go. Malky says, who wants Gob on here? It's a great point. We've already offended Charlotte. We might as well offend Gob while we're at it.
Yeah, if we're not on the air tomorrow, you know why.
Yeah, we just, me and Colin have been boosted out of the group chat. Upsetting everyone. While we're at it, where's Dan Simpson? We'll get him as well. He's having another night off. He's had a few of them this week as well.
Oh, he had a work party. In his defence, it's his work party tonight. So
every day is a work party for Dan Simpson.
Well, he works in education, isn't he? So yeah.
Exactly. He's never doing anything. He's constantly just on trains drinking free booze. He does work quite hard. That's a bit hard. That's where I draw the line because he does work quite hard. Final game of the night. Michael Van Gerwen against James Hurrell. I think it's my turn first, isn't it? It is. It must be. Even number of games. We've seen a lot of people up the game from the first game to the second game and play better. Even if he does, I don't think it's going to be enough here. I think Van Gerwen comes in and rattles through this pretty comfortably. I think it's 3-0, and I don't think Hurrell even gets a sniff, really.
Yeah, it's a case of if Hurrell wins the bull, he's potentially got 6 legs when he's throwing first. 5 or 6 legs when he's throwing first in 3 sets. Does he hit enough 12 to 14 darters to win a set? I don't think he does. It wouldn't surprise me if MVG wins the 3 sets 3-1 in legs.
Yeah, I predicted one of those earlier. I can't remember which game it was now, but I predicted 3 lots of 3-1. I think this feels like that as well. I think it might even be sort of 9-2, 3 or 4. I think it'll be in legs. I think that's what he's getting.
And the thing is, MVG must be hurting because nobody's, as in all the talks on both Lukes, the fact that Michael Smith's gone out tonight makes you think, well, you can't take games easily. I think he comes out and makes a statement tomorrow and says, right, let's start talking about me again, please. I've had enough nonsense. So yeah, could be short and sweet.
Figures sneaking past Callan's average.
I don't know that 107. That's
a long way to go.
It's going to take something special to beat that, even at this stage.
I think it's in 3 figures.
Yeah, and Hurrell may average 90, but I don't think he'll get the chances he did against Long for his double effective average.
Yeah, I don't think Hurrell gets enough darts at a double where he could possibly win the match. I think he has 7 darts at double and maybe takes 2 or 3 of them, maybe 4 of them.
Yeah, I think we're both in agreement there.
So we've got MVG 3-0 in the chat. Daniel's got MVG 3-0. What's that say? Yelstrick. Sorry if I butchered that. It was a little bit small on my screen there. 3-0 MVG as well. Lorenzo's got 3-0. Bob's gone 9-2. He's not even bothering to write the 3-0 in there now. Bob's just absolutely. He's that good at predicting that he's just throwing legs in there.
Let us work it out.
That's it. Joel's got it 3-0. And James 3-0, Malachy 3-1. Connor's gone 3-2 hurl. I wasn't expecting to see one of those in there, I'll be honest.
I wonder if Connor's played MVG as well and beat
Possibly,
MVG.
yeah.
And that's why he's...
Yeah, maybe he beat MVG and
Yeah.
Bobbins. Daz has got 3-2 MVG. He's got it going quite close.
Yeah.
Joel doesn't even think that Hurl wins a leg. Bob says it'll be a quick game. It will be that. 3-0 for MVG for Patrick in a scrap. And I pronounced it right. So there we go. That is where we're going to finish for this evening, I think.
Yeah, can't get better than that.
That's it. I've outdone myself. So, yeah, that was night 5 at the Paddy Power World Darts Championship. Thank you, as ever, Carwin, for being along for the ride. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for getting involved. Been really busy in there tonight with loads of predictions in. Everyone getting involved. I will tomorrow night, when it's me and you back again, try to throw a bit more up there as well, sort of early on, and sort of everyone's sort of comments on the day as we go along, and try not to get too excited about what we've just seen. But if we get another night like we got tonight, there's a good chance that I will just get overexcited and forget to press the buttons again.
Yeah.
But that has been the Fallout Bar for night 5. Thank you all for coming, and we will see you all tomorrow.